This is the match that I think everyone wanted to see. It's a super reminiscent situation of Smash Summit 8 when these two faced off in the losers bracket, and iBDW came out victorious with a commanding performance, showing that he has it in him to not just beat HBox, but basically mop the floor with him about as hard as he's ever been beaten. You know, the last beating that badly in terms of the stock counts that I can think of was probably some old Mango versus HBox test from way back in the day. So it was probably the biggest modern day ass beating of Hungrybox we've seen, honestly. And it was really like Cody's iconic run. So I think what we're all wondering right now is which of these two is going to go deep in this tournament, because it's hard not to write off the possibility that the winner of this set is going to, you know, go on a loser's run and win the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. This will really set the tone and the pace for the rest of the top 8. And iBDW, one of the Foxes that has the unique advantage of having a very strong Puff at his locals. Of course, at Hax's nightclub, he gets to fight against 2Saint fairly regularly, and I think that really contributes to his ability to take down the Titan that is Hungrybox. So we'll see if the net play factor kind of pushes it in either of their favor as well, but connections have been pretty solid overall today. So I think this is going to be a good, clean fight.
Yeah, Cody is back on the East Coast, so this should be a pretty solid connection. New York to Florida is perfectly viable with rollback. I play against Floridians plenty. And we've got a hype train going on in the chat. So let's keep things going. You know, this has been a super sick event, and there's really no better way for the top 8 to kick off than with this set right here. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, keep them primes coming, keep those tier 1 subs, whatever you guys can do to support. We are super appreciative of that. And again, it'll all be going toward making GOML 2021 a bigger and better event than ever before, when we can return to the world of real life Smash tournaments.
Absolutely. One thing I do want to note, Max, is that Cody actually wasn't in New York while HNC was running, so his Puff matchup might not be as sharp as it used to be back when he was here and he got to play against 2Saint really
Bond,
often.
You're my biggest fan. This is not Bond.
He actually did have a pretty big lull in terms of his ability to get exposure to the Puff matchup in this past half year or so. Yeah, a lot of his experience came from before then, and I'm not sure if he's rusty in this matchup or not.
All right, well, perfect time to find out, and pretty much the hardest testing ground you could ask for. Hungrybox, of course, not only the best Puff, but the best player currently. So we're seeing things kick off on Battlefield, the classic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm interested to see how Hungrybox starts this off in terms of tempo, because we've seen him play some wildly different tempos this tournament. Against Fat Goku, when he really started closing out that set commandingly, he was pretty much on the aggression the entire time. But against other players, we've seen him take a more slow and steady approach to things. So typically you have to match HBox's tempo at least to some degree, so it'll be interesting to see which way he goes.
Oh, and misses the double jump sweet spot. That's going to be the first stock going to Hungrybox. And he's on the ledge, but not too scared from that position by any means.
That's right. Yeah, iBDW has him at a good percent. It's really important for him to close this stock out here without letting Hungrybox get another entire stock lead. That's what you're always worried about, because Jigglypuff is always just one hit away. See, that could have been a rest, but he actually goes for it all. This is even better for HBox if he finishes it, which he does. He's able to take the stock without resorting to rest, and so he doesn't have to lose his next one.
All right, solid lead for HBox. Gonna SDI out of the up air too. Standard fare for him at this point.
It is, and that's why I think it's really important for Foxes to go for up air hit 2 only. It's something that's really worth labbing out, because when you come down against a Jigglypuff and you need to punish her from the rest animation, it's really good to be able to do that in spots where it'll guarantee the kill and not offer Hungrybox counterplay.
And speaking of, gets the falling up air right there, cleans up the stock. Down, but not by all that much. If we see a really clean stock, you can tie things up. So far, HBox just content chilling on the other side of the stage saying, yo, man, I've got the lead. You've got to be the one to be aggressing here. You have to move toward me and get up throw arrested if you do.
Yeah, HBox, that was an amazing punish. Granted, it was a poor choice of DI from Hungrybox, but nonetheless, props to iBDW for that double up air string. But one thing I was going to say is that HBox, such a master of the mental game. You saw how on the stock prior to this one, he really slowed things down. And I feel like it sent a message to Cody that, he's practically daring him to approach him. And that's exactly what Cody did. And Hungrybox was ready to capitalize by, up throw resting him for an easy stock.
Okay, goes for the down throw. Expecting Hungrybox to miss the tech or maybe tech in place with DI behind. But that said, he's still got his feet on solid ground. That's pretty much the best he could ask for, being down a stock.
Yeah, Hungrybox is playing like a complete opportunist right now. This is really dangerous. It'll be important to see how Cody handles HBox when he chooses to resort to this tempo of play.
All right, iBDW just controlling the ledge right here, making HBox think super hard about his corner escape. But now it's HBox in center, and this is not boding well.
Yeah, and iBDW is lucky to have gotten that up throw up air because it not only killed Hungrybox, but it also bailed him out of the corner. Hungrybox is a very tough player to escape the corner against. We've seen how many backwards rolls he's read this tournament with a rest read. So HBox takes game one, but like I was saying, HBox really maximizes opponents who are in the corner, and so that up throw up air not only killed HBox, but it also allowed iBDW to reset to neutral. Unfortunately, it didn't end up mattering in the end.
Yeah, still very solid back and forth. HBox pretty much in control the whole time and just outpacing iBDW, but you could see there was definitely the potential to catch up. If he had been just a little bit cleaner at the beginning of HBox's last stock, just one or two exchanges could put him in that kill percent threshold.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an uphill battle now, though, because game one in Fox versus Puff really sets the tone for the rest of the set. This matchup has some of the strongest counter picks in Melee, Fox having Final Destination and Pokemon Stadium to employ his laser-heavy up throw up air reliant game plan very effectively, whereas Jigglypuff has Fountain of Dreams and Dreamland 64, two stages with very high ceilings, and they're both great against Fox for their own individual reasons as well. So HBox is off to a 1-0 lead, and he's probably the favorite to win the set at this point, but we'll see if Cody can turn things around.
Yeah, you always want to cling to that counter pick advantage, especially in a matchup like this, as you said, man. So if, his one shot is to win 2 games in a row right here, and then he's back in control for the set. But FD, of course, one of the best stages he could go to. Got a lot of room to fire these lasers, and like you said, that fits right in with his style.
Yeah, this is the best one. This is the best choice, no doubt about it, because not only are there no platforms to conflict with the way that iBDW wants to shoot his lasers, but Hungrybox is not able to do something like an up throw into a tech chase situation on a platform, which can lead into something like an up throw rest. Because up throw rests tend to take stocks at such up throw tech chase rests, I should say, take stocks at such abnormally low percents, and they can really amount to some insurmountable leads if they come at the right time. So this stage eliminates that completely, and for that reason, it's Fox's best stage in the matchup.
Hungrybox not in a rush whatsoever. He'll take a little bit of laser damage. He knows he can die super early anyway, so rather than just rushing in to try to stop the camping, he's trying to wear down iBDW's patience while he still has 4 stocks in the tank.
Yeah, and you see how Hungrybox really pauses to see exactly how Fox will respond once he's cornered, because he knows that even the best Fox players are so prone to making mistakes in that situation, such as bad rolls through him, which he punishes almost without fail, or even bad approaches onto HBox's shield, which he can shield grab. But iBDW ends up dealing with it well and closing out the first stock, so he's in a good position right now.
iBDW going for a lot of high-angled Firefoxes. You saw he dropped the first game just by slightly misjudging one, but gets away with it for that, and now he's got another chance to build some key damage. If he goes up by 2 stocks, that's huge.
Absolutely, and he's poised to do so right now because Jigglypuff is already basically at kill percent. If he gets a grab right now, he can opt for a down throw, hopefully look for a tech chase, because after one tech chase regrab, an up throw up air will kill. Regarding what you said, hold on, let's see if he finishes this. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Very nice. And a confident ledge dash right before that as well. Right after the slide off, he ledge dashed on confidently. It's a really good look to be hitting those against Hungrybox, because he is a player who capitalizes so frequently off of players' tournament winnering.
It's definitely how you impress Hack Sensei. Some clean ledge dashes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best choice in the game, so I love to see it done consistently, and so far iBDW's tech skill has been pretty on point. Jigglypuff is honestly a pretty execution-testy character. A lot of Fox players drop sets to Hungrybox just by not executing things. You know, eventually they make a huge mistake, and he's able to accumulate big leads through that way. But iBDW's game plan so far has been really sharp this game.
Oh, it looked like he was ready for that get-up attack too, just couldn't drift back enough to get the whiff punish on it. iBDW coming out strong in this game too. Of course, playing to the strengths of his counter pick, but I mean, this kind of flow that he's entering, if he can channel that into the next game, he's in a good spot.
Yeah, and I think Hungrybox is doomed this time around because comebacks from this position, yeah, I was going to say comebacks are so unlikely because Rest being off the table with 3 stocks remaining and Jigglypuff already at 50%. You know, Jigs is only so good of a gimping character. She does rely on getting like rests from the middle of the stage that kill, kind of like the same way a wobble kills you from the middle of the stage. Stage positioning just isn't even necessary. It's pretty easy for the Fox to play in a way to win when he has 3 stocks to Jigglypuff's 1.
Yeah, just, you know, getting battered up from those trades and, you know, stuff that you have to deal with fighting a low percent Fox. Lasers accumulating over time. Even if we saw iBDW go down to 1 stock, he'd probably be at a last hit situation and just have to find a clean bear or neutral air or something. But
yeah, exactly.
All right, it's game 3 on Dreamland as expected. Classic Puff counter pick.
Tech Chase Rest, like I said, and that just makes such a difference in this matchup, having that option unlocked. I think FD is just in its own league for that reason alone, the fact that that option's off the table.
Yeah, just gotta DI well, whereas here, even if you DI, it could still be very bad. iBDW actually missed the tech, and HBox just immediately knew or reacted to it properly.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him go for a forward air into landing on that right platform rather than the neutral air, because neutral air doesn't really offer any potential for a follow-up. Whereas if Hungrybox doesn't DI the forward air properly, it can actually lead into an up smash for a kill. That being said, he does follow things up with an up smash nicely to tie up the game.
Oh, and taking a percent lead here, of course, very minimal, but still something to tell HBox to approach, and that's certainly not where he's on center the most.
Beautiful wave dash back. Unfortunately, he doesn't finish it off, but that was very reminiscent of exactly what Hungrybox would have done to Cody in the same exact situation if he had him cornered.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So I guess gods can bleed, huh? He was kind of using his own medicine against him.
Yeah, and maybe HBox even thriving off of it, like, hey, I read rolls like it's my job, and there's no way he's going to expect me to do it.
Yeah. Very nice tomahawk. Jigglypuff. Oh, hold on. Cody really botched that, and I think he's gonna die for it. Does HBox make this back? Yeah, of course he does. Puff is broken. Yeah. Up until then, yeah. Now it's back to a tied game. So nice of Cody to not let HBox accrue any meaningful kind of lead, because he tends to not let go of them once he has them.
Yeah, and iBDW meeting 2 unfortunate ends to his stocks as well, and still able to keep the pace. That's super impressive. Just kind of speaks to his knowledge of this matchup, or at least his capabilities in it.
Let's see where this goes. Is he going to go straight into the tech? No tech chase rest this time. He actually missed that tech chase completely, which is crucial because, you know, it could have just as easily gone into a back air or an up air. So Cody's lucky to get away scot-free. Doesn't happen very often.
Okay, HBox just burning his jumps in the center, but iBDW seeing the gap in the wall, just going in, using Fox's immense speed to just say, hey, you know what, man, you can't throw these out for free every time.
Yeah, again, another confident ledge dash. Great to see it.
Ooh, all that drift after the air dodge, saving HBox's skin. Clean from iBDW.
Yeah. Beautiful to use the jab as a kill confirm at this percent. It's starting at 115% that Jigglypuff will tumble from jab. So you don't have to worry about ASDI down anymore at 115, which is probably exactly why he went for it. And it leads so well into up smash as well as a second hit of up air.
Ooh. Tech skill flub, unless he just went for like the most 5-head move of all time. But an excellent angle to save himself.
Man, I think he's 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 on ledge dashes this game, or maybe like for the entire set. I mean, he hasn't missed a single one, so he definitely came to play.
At the very least, hasn't SD'd off of one.
Yeah. Now the worrisome thing is that HBox can close this stock out because his chances of winning are a little Okay, awesome up there from iBDW. I was gonna say HBox's chances of winning, especially on Dreamland, are a little too good to ever be comfortable against him on that stage, even when he's down by like a massive percent lead.
Man, a 2-stock on Dreamland, dude. This is boding very well for New York's own right now, and especially because we're probably just gonna go right back to that stage. I think iBDW's style is really good here. He's just content with playing the long range game, but also he's fine with running in and messing you up at that ample opportunity too. Like you saw how he went and challenged HBox center stage, throwing those aerials out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he's really looking to recapture the magic of his Summit 8 run, because I still consider that his best run at a tournament by far. And I believe it's also the only time that he's beaten Hungrybox, because after that set, I think he lost to him 2 or 3 times. I'm not sure. But that was like by far, his most iconic performance. And you can never count Cody out, as that tournament showed. So maybe he can make a repeat here today.
Very clean fade back turnaround lasers. Looks like he came to repeat that Summit 8 run for sure.
Yeah, I like the fact that he had him in a drill situation, and he kept like the grounded tech chase going on Jigglypuff, because I think that's what you want to do whenever Jigglypuff isn't that kill percent yet. There's not too much of a point in up throwing Jigglypuff when he's at like 60 on this stage. An up air is not going to kill her. Oh, that was an insane read, even though he's just going to die for it, so he doesn't really get too much. But yeah, you really want to look out for percents in this matchup and choose options like Shine and Down Throw to get her to like 75-ish, because that's when the up air will actually kill.
Saw iBDW twice in the MT game use a pummel to get her to 53 from 50, and I think that puts her inside the kill threshold, right? Or is she dead at 50 either way?
That's on FD.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying, for FD. Like, would that have made the difference in those games? Like, was that pummel necessary to kill, or would she still die at 50 clean?
Can't remember the situation exactly, unfortunately.
It's all good. Either way, I mean, he's still on fire.
Yep. And Hungrybox's game plan really seems to be falling apart. He's kind of resorting to this phase that he sometimes enters. Okay, that's a very nice rest. He really needed that to stay in this one. But he's kind of resorting to this phase that I see him enter sometimes when he kind of loses confidence against the Fox player. He's really just repeatedly cornering himself and kind of hoping that the Fox screws up. And usually when you see HBox enter that mode, it doesn't really work out. But right now, he's still keeping it rather close.
Yeah, I think it depends on the Fox player's clutch factor, right? Like, HBox, more clutch than your average player for sure, and most of the world. But, like, if the Fox player keeps their head on straight, they're not going to fall into that trap.
Yeah, it's like another layer to the execution test. And granted, if that's what works, then absolutely go for it. I think forcing Foxes to doing whatever you can to force Fox players to make mistakes is a perfectly fine game plan, because the character just requires perfection in so many areas for him to work as intended. But we're looking at a last stock situation, and Cody could make history here. He could set the tone for the rest of this tournament.
Oh, you saw him second guess himself just a little bit on that roll read. It's like he knew in his heart, but then the HBox effect, like, there's no way that a player this good will do this again, right?
Oh no. Yep. Goes straight into the reaction chase grab, and he's done. Oh, just like that. Dude, just like that, man. He pounces. Like, before you even know it, you're going to the next game.
Yeah, HBox just so good in that last stock back to the wall situation, of course, earning the moniker of Clutch Box for a reason. And now it's down to the bitter end, but it's iBDW's counter pick. He did win the 2 in a row that he needed to in order to maintain control over the counter picks. So what do you think we're going to see here for game 5?
Stadium, 100%. Because Stadium is the closest thing to FD, but it's not as good. I don't expect to see another 3 stock like we saw on FD. I would say this is iBDW favored, because the stage is fantastic for Fox, but I wouldn't expect it to be as one-sided as the FD game, because like I said, reaction tech chase rest after up throw on the side platforms, that's on the table now, and that's such a potent option for Puff to have, because that means she can end a stock off of a grab at 0% very reliably.
Yeah, definitely a huge game changer compared to FD. So I believe we are about to kick it off. probably just
I
taking
wouldn't
a
be
breather.
surprised. Yeah, they're 100% taking a breather. I mean, they both know that potentially the whole tournament rides on this one game, and that's just how it goes a lot of the time in Melee. Like, some stories don't get told because players just don't clutch out those game 5s. And right off the bat, that's not a good look. Will he kill him? No.
Oh, almost.
Oh, he had an up smash opportunity right there. That was a bit of a desperate pound by Hungrybox.
Yeah, just trying to turn anything into that low percent killer right now. And when you see the pounds come out, that's how you know the Puff is like, I just got to get this done.
Yeah, right now, Hungrybox would love to trade stocks. Just erase this large percent lead that iBDW has. Yeah, that's why you see him fishing for pounds right now. He also has him at the percent where pound will tumble him, because then if Cody fails the tech, it can go straight into a jab reset rest.
I love how iBDW looks for the up air snipes a lot. Just to contest Puff, because of course she's so fast vertically, but I mean horizontally, but Fox is fast vertically, so you can just drop on her as she's throwing those aerials and actually get the kill.
Yeah, and man, Hungrybox just got the best possible situation. I actually thought he'd go straight into the reaction tech chase rest, but he actually manages to clean up that stock without even resorting to a rest. So now he has the lead all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah, another falling up air. This time it's going to connect, and iBDW keeping it close, man. But HBox snagging that first stock out of nowhere. I don't know if the momentum still resides with him.
See, it's not even just the fact that reaction tech chase rest is possible on this stage, but you notice how Hungrybox's neutral game is so heavily reliant on these side platforms. He kind of uses them to just like take a breather and reset the tempo. And for such a tempo-based player, I think FD is just by far the worst stage for even more reasons than I was originally considering. We're looking at a much more even fight this time around.
iBDW once again slipping into the advantage, and not at the right percent to reach with that, I guess.
No, he went for the second hit only. I could tell. Yeah, I could tell that that's what he was going for. Whenever you see the Fox up air like really low to the ground, like weirdly low, that's probably what they were going for.
Oh, the bear shine grab on the back of Jigglypuff's shield. Pretty much
nice down tilt. Yeah, nice down tilt.
Jab grab. All right, HBox still kicking for sure. Oh, and again.
It was a really bad side B by iBDW. He should have done just about anything other than that. Like a ledge dash, for example, even though it's tough to go for one of these so late into the set.
Down to the bitter end.
Oh no.
I think there's a little bit of like executional fatigue.
Yeah, HBox is just a shark at this point. And if that up smash went in the other direction, it would have been curtains for this stock.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a couple more chances here, but it's just so difficult to crack through HBox's defense when you're coming from the ledge.
Yeah, it feels like HBox has a read on Cody's neutral right now, and it'd be really tough to deal with Hungrybox whenever that's the case.
Got the emergency air dodge. Wow, and the emergency forward air on the way down. Just exactly what he needed to fend off that pressure.
Oh man, he needs to get off the platform. Okay, he makes it off, because I was going to say an up air would have killed him from that position. And now he's going to plank the ledge for just a little bit to wear off that invincibility. Yeah, that dash attack won't lead into anything because he just DIs away, and you don't get an up air follow-up off of that. So right now, HBox is looking to do what he does best, go for the last up throw rest that he needs to close out this set.
Excellent smash DI, as always. Oh, and he caught a sloppy air dodge into the ground right there. Just a few frames extra vulnerable there, and contributed to his death. So now iBDW gonna run away, shoot the gun, just get HBox into a nice combo percent threshold. Hopefully, get him all the way to the point where up throw up air will do it.
Dude, a single up tilt, a single up air right now from HBox can equal Fox's death. That's dangerous too, but that was a really good tech roll away.
Yeah, running into the last frames of the pound. Ooh, clean shine pressure though.
Bad roll from HBox. That's very uncharacteristic, and that is meaningful percent onto Puff right now.
Yes, absolutely. One grab and it's all over, but HBox, of course, no intentions of letting that grab connect.
Yeah, HBox doing whatever he can to avoid a grab, just as you said. Oh, this is it.
Oh, and he gets out. Oh, this is so intense. Both players being so careful with everything they do.
No, he doesn't get a grab yet. Oh, man.
Wow.
Just one single hit up air would finish.
Dash attack not going to turn into anything else. Oh, and HBox looking for these rolls. He knows Cody is kind of desperate to just cross him up.
Dude, I'm just expecting an up smash out of shield from Fox.
Oh, the fair?
Hard for HBox to get down here.
Okay, the aerials into shine, into aerials.
That's it. Oh my.
Oh!
What?
Oh, and he gets on! But he doesn't hit him for the F smash. Oh, and the tournament winner!
The tournament winner. You never see that from Hungrybox. That's insane. Cody takes it 3-2 in an absolute nail biter. Absolutely huge for the remainder of how this tournament will play out. Hungrybox out at 7th place. I feel like those words have so rarely been uttered in Melee history.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the last couple of years, dude. Jeez. iBDW now 2 sets over Hungrybox. Wow, very impressive. I mean, net play or not net play, like we saw him do it in real life at Summit 8, and he just repeated it here again at GOML 2020. Guys, GOML is always the major with the crazy, sick, hype upsets. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mango won last year. That was godlike. HBox now at 7th place. Damn.
Yeah, really shaking things up during quarantine. Losses to Spark and iBDW. Spark also, another player who's on fire right now. I think Cody's torch might have just gotten lit as well. And this is going to make for a really entertaining rest of this top 8. Because I think if Hungrybox remained in the tournament, I would have called him the definite favorite. We've seen him win so many top 8s from the losers bracket before. In Cody's case, I think he's much more of a high variance player. That's the nature of his character as well. So it feels like he's got his work cut out for him. He could still lose to plenty of the players left in the bracket. But it's going to be a really entertaining run, that's for sure.
All right, we got a big package full of Red Bull replays for you guys coming up. Let's check out some of the best moments of this set. Yeah, that first stock just going the way of Hungrybox off stage, and another one. iBDW almost sneaking that one in there when he shined him under the stage.
Yeah, but Hungrybox was still able to block the diagonal Firefox angle, so it wasn't possible for Cody to make it back from that position. And Hungrybox pretty much had a commanding lead for all of the first game, and like I said, that put him off to a really great start because Cody was gonna have to win a game on Dreamland, which he eventually went on to do. And that was really the turning point in the set when Cody took the third game.
Yeah, going 1-1 with HBox on Dreamland and landing a 2-stock in the process. Not bad whatsoever.
And that was after his first stock got reaction tech chase rested no less. So he was practically playing a 3-stock to 4 match. It's almost like he took 4 stocks with 1.
Yeah, he also got slipped off into an unfortunate edge guard right after that on his second stock. So the resilience that we're seeing from iBDW in the set, that's huge, not just for him as a player, but especially today in Get On My Level. If he's able to remain on that emotional high and ride this momentum, he could very well win this tournament now, even if he has to take 2 sets from someone like Spark or Dunn or Ginger.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility, and it's good to see him able to maintain that mental fortitude, because I feel like historically one of his weaknesses as a player has been the mental game. I remember, especially in the early days, I'm talking 2-3 years ago, back when I used to see him at Nebulous tournaments, he would tilt pretty hard whenever he lost. And, at the top level, you can't afford to have that mentality, especially not against a player like Hungrybox, who's, whenever you fight him, you're going to be in for the long haul. You're going to have the tenacity to keep winning interactions for maybe 25 minutes, because that's how long the set's probably going to go on for.